And that mentality is why he is fucking insane. Because who's correcting him? Marsha is allowing him to drink at the fucking counter with her. There's no father in that house, and the brother's upstairs watching gangbang porn. And where's the other little sibling? Are we ever gonna address that as well? Hi everyone, we are biggity back, and it is Valentine's Day 1 and Super Bowl weekend. I don't know who won because I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I was too busy dancing and getting into some things and also sipping on my treats because you know where we at. We in Molly's world where we hop in a director's seat, snack, sip, or do whatever we want to do with our treats, whatever type of treats it is too, and get into the real good deets. And before we get into the deets and the details and the breakdowns and everything else, we're gonna look at a couple clips from my reaction that I recorded while watching the episode. This is the reaction part of the video, and if you see me eating food, I'm so sorry. I am starving.
My mom is one of those rare people. But maybe that's because she's my mom.
Facts, and you don't give her the fucking credit.
Church. At least they believe in forgiveness.
Amen. Yeah, she could cry too. Great actress. Come on.
Sure
these words sound familiar.
I'm trying to leave it for as long as... He's just a fucking crackhead wife beater. I bet his daughter said that. Even I kind of said that.
Yeah, you did.
That I regret.
Yeah, you should.
Really fucking regret.
Yeah, because he was a good fucking person to you. And you said some wild shit.
Bye-bye to you too.
I love Ali. Come on, bring the family back together. And here's my man. She's doing it on purpose.
She's a cunt, yeah.
No, you're a cunt cat.
Alright, mine's like terminal brain illness.
Thank you.
Now I feel like you're using my skepticism as like a reason to break up with me.
Yes.
That's your experience? No, I think that's the experience.
Exactly.
Your experience on some fucking incel Reddit forum. This is the problem with guys like you. I tell you I'm sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is he drinking? Cassie is so fucking dramatic. Fucking stupid. She does have a point there. I love Lexi and Fez. Why did Asher not see this? What the fuck? Nate is sitting there with the fucking gun. He's crazy. But the sign says smiley on camera. So where is the camera? Nate fucking Jacobs. What the fuck? Please tell me, God, that Maddie made a copy. Yeah, I was getting out of the car.
I'm sorry. Honestly, the answer is too stupid and simple.
Please, let me know.
It's better. Everything I ever said was true.
You see, I knew it. I knew it. Nate likes Jules, and he just can't fathom the thought. Poor Maddie. I fucking love Maddie. Because I'm disgusted. Wow. That's the end of the episode. Now that we've seen those clips, we are going to get right into the review for Season 2, Episode 6 of Euphoria, 1,000 Little Trees of Blood. Action. here on this channel, if you don't know, I love to start off with my actors. And the episode started off with Zendaya. Very strong character, so whom of which we're gonna start with. And I was literally, funny enough, just speaking to everyone about the cinematography of different like movies that I appreciate. And one of the things that I love in the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League was that there was this one long clip, uncut, choreographed, like completely unedited. It was just like a 5-minute clip. And that introduction episode, we need to give Zendaya her props because for a good 5 minutes of it, they didn't cut, they didn't switch, they didn't blend. She acted all the way through that scene. And that to me was freaking amazing. So we see that she's going through a lot in a sense of going through withdrawals and everything else. But I'm also happy to see that she came home and that she's actually trying to get better, or that this time you can see that her narration and the things that she was explaining, you can see that, not see, but really hear that she knows that people are tired of her. She has no one. The only person that she has is her mother and her sister, and even those people are sick of her shit. Funny enough, she said in the narration that her mother forgives and forgives her every single time. Maybe because it's her mother, but also because of her religious background being a Christian. And I just love the fact that we can see, and I felt like it was, the mother in the church, which I think was the same church from Zendaya's like high vision when she saw her father and she saw Labyrinth and he was singing the song. I feel like that was the same church, which could hold to me a lot of symbolic meaning as to where not Zendaya, but Rue's pain is, and like how she can heal and how she can begin to move forward in a sense. I also want to point out that the mother is really trying. Like, I need everyone to understand. I saw a fucking quote on Twitter, and I don't mean to curse, but I saw a quote on Twitter and it said, if you're the firstborn child of your mother or of your parents, or any child for that matter, you are literally watching your parents learn how to take care of you. Let's really process that and sit and think with it for a while. When we are growing up as firstborns or children, we are watching our parents learn how to raise children because this is their first time. And raising children, it's not something that you learn how to do without doing it. So Zendaya's mom, I keep saying fucking Zendaya, but Rue's mom is really trying. She is genuinely trying to help her daughter in any way that she possibly can, whether it may be with tough love, brutal force, tender love and care. She is genuinely trying her best, and she's only working at her options because that's all she can do. If Rue is going through all of these things with her father and the loss of her father and all of that, imagine how the mother feels. Let's just sit for a moment. I have to raise 2 children now without their father. And I didn't even know what I was doing when I was raising these children with their father. And now I have to do it alone. And not only do I have to do it alone, but I have to do it the best way I possibly could. Because if I do not put 100% effort into raising these children, I'm going to lose one of them. And I already lost a husband. So the pressure that's on Rue's mother, I think it's being washed under the rug. But in this episode, if we're really paying attention, I feel like that's when it was brought into the light. And the same pressure that's on the mother is the same pressure that's on the sister. Because Ali said it at the table, and I agree with him. Because at some point, if the boy continues to cry wolf, you're not going to want to come to him or come to his rescue. You're going to lose a little faith in the things that he's saying or what he's meant to do. And that's what Ali is trying to say that the little sister feels. Now looking at Rue, it's like, yeah, I want her to get better. But you said that the last 3 times. When are you actually gonna get better? Do you actually care about us, about this family, about this house? Because if you cared, you would have listened to me when I told you to stop. And that's the irritation and the anger that's building inside of Rue's sister that Ali wants her to Ali, that he wants her to let out. Because holding on to that is not going to be best for either of them. And you can tell that the little sister's upset. You can tell that she's disappointed. But you can also tell that she still loves Rue. That she wants the best for Rue. That she wants to continue to support her. But it's hard when you've been let down so many times. This episode, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of let me down. Because I wanted Maddie to beat the fuck out of Cassie's ass. I really fucking did. But I have to remember that they're high schoolers. They're 18 and 17, and as much as they say they're gonna fight, they're probably doing all this and not gonna fight. But I believe Maddie is about that action, so I really genuinely do think that she would have beat Cassie's ass. We see that Maddie, as Zendaya said, is not just contemplating her relationship with Cassie or Nate. She's actually depressed about this. Aside from them, what does Maddie want for her life? Where is she going? What is she gonna do? These are the lingering questions that were there from the first season, which I think has a lot to do with the title of this episode, and we'll get back to that. But Maddie has this sense of depression that continues to linger throughout the episode, and finally, Nate comes into Maddie's room and basically threatens her, and I honestly don't know what the fuck is wrong with Nate, but he has problems. And Marcia, yeah, she knew it. She knew something was wrong. Because when she said that to Nate at that table, I mean, I know I was just talking about Maddie, but Nate interrupted at that scene with him holding the gun to Maddie's head first and then holding it to his, because he knows that Maddie would have literally took that bullet. But Maddie loves Nate more than she loves herself. Therefore, him pulling that trigger in front of her and threatening his own life was scarier to her than it was with a gun to her head. And I think that's a lot of trauma that Maddie needs to dissect and work on. Like, this, to me, this episode pointed out a lot of everyone's traumas without saying that's what it was. But that scene with Maddie and Nate was really heartbreaking for me because I could tell that Maddie was genuinely scared. She was genuinely scared. And the fact that after Nate left, she sat in that, not just sat, she laid in that bed in cradle position and cried. She cried her fucking lungs out. And that's to tell you, she's done with him. Because I've cried like that before. And I know after those cries, it's no coming back. She's done with Cassie and she's done with Nate. It's no forgiving after those type of cries. Honestly, truly. And if she goes back, I'm not blaming her. But I know when you sit and you cry for the amount of time that she cried, yeah, it's done. Marcia and Nate is sitting have a conversation, and I'm baffled. I'm confused because why is Nate drinking as though he is the man of the house? And that mentality is why he is fucking insane. Because who's correcting him? Marcia is allowing him to drink at the fucking counter with her. There's no father in that house, and the brother's upstairs watching gangbang porn. And where's the other little sibling? Are we ever gonna address that as well? Like Maddie said when she looked up at Cal, this entire family is fucked up. And she was right. She was definitely right for saying that. And something happened to Nate, and I personally want to believe. I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna wait for it to happen because I don't want to call anything out to his character. But the way that it's leading, something traumatic happened to Nate. Probably sexual, if you see what I'm saying. At a certain age, like Marcia was trying to get to, and fish out of Nate for Nate to actually tell the truth, but he didn't. And I feel like it'll come up. And the reason why I feel like something happened with him that way is because the remorse that he had towards Jules in the car, something about it felt authentic. Something about it felt real. And then right after seeing him with Jules in the car, we see the parallel of him with Cassie. And for some reason, I feel like he's taking care of Cassie, but he's taking care of Cassie in the same way that he protected Maddie. Like, I don't know if can you come with me? If you're here, let's take a journey. Because Nate sat in the car and he said, everything that I said to you was real. And Jules responded, yeah, me too. But, like I said in one of my previous things, why is it that Nate needs a man to define his masculinity? The minute he knew he had Cassie around his finger, the tape back to Jules, it's like now he has an open. Now it's like, my father's not there to judge me. I'm the man of the house because my fucking mother's a drunk and she's divorced and going through whatever. I can fuck Cassie upstairs and do whatever I please, which still makes me feel like a man. And then at the end of the day, I can freely love Jules. You see where I'm going? You see where I'm going with this? Yeah. She looked at Nate and was like, your father was fucked up, and it's sad to see that you are all the fucked up qualities of your father. Yeah, as a child, I don't want to hear that from my mom, but also it's the truth. And she literally sat and said, Nate, who are you? The fact that she does not know her own child, and I said that in one of my reviews as well too, as I don't even know who Nate is. Besides his distaste and his anger for his father, I don't know who Nate is. Cassie, on the other hand, yeah, that bitch might be on some... Her mother might have dropped her, honestly, truly. Because Cassie's crazy. She's insane. But I'm not going to discredit the pain that she's going through right now and the confusion, because I have to remember, again, these are teenagers. And at my age, I probably would have been crying my eyes out the way Cassie was too. Because no one's understanding her and no one's taking the time to listen to what she has to say. From her perspective, she genuinely didn't feel as though she did something wrong. But a guilty conscience needs no accuser. Therefore, if she already feels guilty, that means that some part of her already feels that what she's doing is wrong. I know, I'm trying to defend Cassie, but I just feel like there's no way to defend her. There really isn't no way to defend her. Like, there's no way to defend her. And just like Cassie, there's no way to defend Kat. Because he sat at that table. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. I want to believe it's Liam. If it's not Liam, I'm so sorry. But he sat at that table and he read Kat. He read her. And she deserves to be read. Because why did you lie, Kat? Why did you lie? You did not have to lie to him. If you wanted to break up, like he said, the least you could have done was been honest. That would have been more respectful. Now you lied and said you had some brain disease. Girl, please. Because that is taking it too far for me, Kat. I'm glad their relationship is over. I genuinely am. But with that relationship being over, we see a new one blossoming. And I honestly, I'm supporting it. In the back of my mind, I'm not. Because Fez is my man. Lexi, I will beat the fuck out of you. But I'm not on the show. So as a viewer, I am loving this. I love to see the softer side of Fez when he's with Lexi. But Lexi herself is opening up and changing and like recognizing that she has more power than she has ever had in her entire life, because she genuinely has felt like she has been powerless with her father, her mother, and her other situations. She's just been super quiet. But now with Fez in her life, she's recognizing that she is beautiful, she is confident, she can do these things. And Cassie isn't just the pretty sister that Lexi, I am pretty too. I can do this, I can get a boyfriend, I can live my dreams, I can do my play. I can actually be who I want to be. And I love that for Lexi. But that big-lipped whore that Fez picked up off the street, she gotta go. Because she's setting my man up. And if anything happens to Fez because of that girl, I live in Florida. Find me. Yeah, come get me, because I will fight you for my man, and that's on period. Nothing needs to happen to Fez. This is a Fez stan account, and you can say what you want to say. It's nothing personal. But I love my man. And that's on period. But yeah, obviously we can see that she is trying to set him up for something, and I don't really like that. So I'm hoping that Fez finds out, or Ashley finds out, and her upside the head, because she needs it, honestly. The episode circles all the way back and ends again with Rue and her mom in the room. And the mom is trying to get Rue back into rehab. Now, in my mind, I was generally confused because I was like, why are we playing this storyline again? Like, we've seen her go to rehab. What's going to happen when Rue leaves? But as I'm questioning myself with all of that, I recognize, oh shit, the mother's not actually getting true to the people, and they're refusing Rue, I'm assuming. And what's gonna happen if Rue doesn't go to rehab? She's going to have to literally, like Ali said at the table, find that hope and that strength within herself. And I feel like that's even 10 times harder, but it's going to reassure that she really does not go back. Because when she finds that strength on her own, it's going to be unwearable, like non-malleable, or whatever the word is. She can't be shaken, because when she's found that on herself and she's built it on her own, I genuinely feel like Rue will love herself more and want to survive and have a reason to, because now she's given that to herself rather than going to rehab and then having someone else give it to her, or her having to find it with help. I personally like to get really into the nitty-gritty of the episode. And the episode was titled 1,000 Little Trees of Blood. And for some reason, watching the episode with the opening narration of Zendaya's voice, it felt like the first episode. I don't know if anyone recognized that, but like, there's certain things that she said, I know has been repeated in previous episodes. But with that being said, I feel like all of the characters today planted seeds. Or not necessarily planted seeds, but the seeds were planted in season 1, and a lot of things started growing. It's like now we get to see the tree expanding. It's like, yeah, we know Maddie took the tape, but where'd the tape go? And now the tape is back with Jules. And we thought it was gonna be with Nate, but it's like, what if Jules is like, fuck it, I wanna release it? Yeah, that's the problem. Kat now is no longer with that boy, so she has to address the fact that she doesn't love herself. She has to work on that. Rue cannot go back to rehab. Fez is about to get set up by the fucking police. Lexi is in love with Fez. Not really in love, but she's catching on. Maddie just got threatened by Nate and lost the tape. Cassie moved in with Nate. There's a lot of things that were planted, but also a lot of things that started to grow and ideas that started to flourish, because Lexi also brought up that Cassie knew Nate the entire time. And the problem is, you're with Nate and you're fucking Nate knowing that that's your best friend's ex, 1, but also 2, that he made fun of you your entire life. And now you're with him. That to me is like bringing up things of the past. And when people recollect things of the past, I like to see them as like little seedlings. But those seedlings have grown into full trees, and those are trees of blood. Like those little seeds that were planted in the first season, like all those millions of questions, those are the 1,000 trees of blood. Like, there's so much branches extending, and so many options, and so many ways things could go. But it simply depends on the person, their strength, their passion, and their drive for wanting to actually get better. But these are 1,000 little trees of blood. Therefore, it's growing, but it's growing pain. Growing pains. And that's really what this episode was about. Growing pains. Recognizing that certain things have to end so that things can continue. But also, sometimes we're stuck in a cycle and we can't even recognize that we are until we are pulled out of that. Rue, Lexi, Cassie, Sometimes we have to get pulled out of that for us to recognize that that's where we are. And we have to stop feeding blood, our energy, and our life force into things that aren't providing anything else back for us. Because these opportunities, these trees, these relationships, they could be growing and blossoming, but I could be allergic to whatever it's producing. Therefore, why am I wasting my time on something that's eventually going to hurt me or not benefit me? Honestly, overall, this episode felt like another filler episode, not gonna lie. But Nate, I'm sorry, that is the shocker of this episode for me because he is insane and he needs help. And his mother said it as well. It's crazy how your father never wanted to take you to therapy, yet he, that one, Nate Jacobs, needed therapy. Honestly, truly. This is all that I have for now in Molly's world, where, you know, we hop into the director's seat, get into our treats. What? Get into your treats? No. You snack in your treats and get into the real good deets. But because I don't really have much deets left to get into, because this episode was really a filler episode. No shade. Not shading anybody at all. But if you want to come back next week to get into more details and talk more crap about people, but also support people and also break down their trauma, then scroll down, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell so you get notifications and updates from when I post. Like I said, this is all that I have for now. I love you guys so much. Until next time. Mwah.